All right, welcome to the Purpose Driven Mom Show, episode 494, and happy January, everyone. We're happy to hang out with you. I'm really excited because I have Arjita Sethi here, and we are talking all about this space of intersection between AI for you listening and wellness, and how that all kind of can come together to, I think, make your New Year's resolutions and beyond things that actually work for you and are more customized. So, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much, Cara, for having me. I'm really excited.
I think this is going to be so much fun because I've been looking at a lot of AI stuff. I use it in my business. And the more and more I think about it, the more I realize how many of the moms I work with are intimidated by it. They don't understand it. And I think what you're doing is kind of bringing some of those barriers down to be like, hey, let's make a personalized plan. So I would love to hear like a cliff notes a little bit about this journey for because you've done so many things. So I feel like I'm like, we can go in 100 directions. But what brought you here to this place of like wellness meets tech?
Yeah. I think I basically took my life experience and said, what can I do now? And I was an entrepreneur at 16. I built my first company then, reached 100,000 people back in India, then moved here, did my master's in social entrepreneurship, and built a venture-backed AI company in Silicon Valley back in 2017. And it failed because AI wasn't there yet. We were venture backed, we had paid customers, all of that, but the tech wasn't feasible. And running that company for 3 years really burnt me out. And this was a time when I was living the Silicon Valley life. I was deadlifting, I was running half marathons, I was doing the Pilates classes, all of that, and drinking green smoothies. But something was not right. And I really started asking myself, I ran a company in India at 16. I was a kid. I did not know anything and I was never burnt out. And that's when it hit me. I was trying to go ahead, do wellness that everyone does, but everybody is different and everybody is unique, and wellness cannot be at scale. And so I started looking at what can I do? It was never the idea that I'm going to work at the intersection of AI and wellness. I think AI just caught up to a point that I can integrate it into my wellness solution. But my first idea was, can I dive into it and immerse myself and learn about it? So I started my Ayurveda practitioner training, my yoga practitioner training. I started diving into more holistic side of things. And here we are. I am trying to really ask the contrarian question. Wellness needs to be personalized. It cannot be at scale. And AI is the one that is helping me leverage that and understand each individual's blueprint to recommend personalized wellness. So that's where I am today.
I love that. And I think watching that journey is so fascinating too, because we don't often do that where we like stop and like look back at it. But you have that pivotal point where you said, like, why is this happening? And I think in our lives, when we can stop and ask ourselves that question, like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I hitting this point of burnout? When the things kind of start to spin. And I also loved how all the experiences kind of have come back together to reconnect. I find that so fun. I was just talking to someone about that today, about how I took on like another part-time thing I'm doing, and it all just intersects so well. And I'm like, huh, okay, I like this. Like, I have my degree in special education. I was a teacher before I did all this, and I'm seeing so much of that play out now. And I love seeing that in people's stories because a lot of times we feel like we've gone through these experiences, and if it doesn't play out the way we want it to, right, from 0 to 100 perfectly, we think it was like a wasted experience or I wasted that. I'm telling you, my mom's so like, you pay those student loans. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I'm not teaching, but yes, I'm paying them, right? Like, did we waste this time? But in part of your story, I get to see this beauty
Yeah.
of like it all comes full circle.
Yeah, yeah,
That's super
absolutely,
fun.
absolutely. And that's why I keep telling my founder students, entrepreneurship is a waiting game. The last person standing is going to be successful. It is not the fastest. It is not the person who has the most money. It's the person who can say, what can I do today to let my business survive another day, another day, another day. So yeah, it's a game of patience,
Yeah.
definitely.
So speaking of things getting caught up and being patient, the AI, right? And I remember like when AI started to like come into my sphere a few years ago, and I was like, no, thank you. Like I am like irrationally afraid of robots taking over the world. I can't even watch movies like that. Like I was like, get it away. I can think for myself. Like, I had all these thoughts, right? Like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I have my own brain, blah, blah, blah. And now here it is years later, and I love getting to use AI to make my life easier and customized. And I think that's exactly what you're doing. So I'd love to hear about, the website and the app and like what problem you were hoping to solve. Because you touched on it a little bit with that personalization. Tell me how it all comes together.
Yeah. So I think it came together in two parts, how I implemented AI internally within my company, and then how I leveraged AI to build another business. And I think this was around the time I was the COO of a YC-backed company here in Silicon Valley, and they were building an AI platform. And I was like, that's when I went deep into, hey, we're just scratching the surface. If this gets democratized and this technology is given to everyone, it is going to be wild. And this was 2023. And in November of 2023, I was actually thinking of launching my wellness company without AI because AI hadn't caught up yet as well. And we had this idea of what the platform would look like, and we would code it. It'll be a traditional app, all of that. In November, we were about to launch November Thanksgiving. November 4th, I got to know I'm pregnant. So I had to lay off my entire team and take a step back from launching something in 2023. And that made me revisit my entire 2024. I was like, pregnancy is different for everyone. It's not something that is standard. Forget pregnancy. What about postpartum? I have no idea. I need to build a business that works for moms, that works for me, that really is different. And that was the moment where I knew I had 6 months to implement AI within our company and to rethink our entire business model. And Kara, I tell you not, this is crazy. I think it's the mom hormones or the pregnancy hormones that fire you up. And over the next 6 months, I invited my team, the remaining of our team, to really think about how can we implement AI in a way that I don't have to be fully present and the company can still function as it is. And we did that beautifully. I took a 6 month paid maternity leave in 2024, and we made more than 2023.
Love that.
I just would. And then I said, okay, now that I'm back in 2025, can we double it? We already doubled it by Q2.
Amazing.
And this is all with AI. So I started asking even more questions. What people are thinking about AI is let AI do the job and I can add more tasks to my task list.
Yep.
With Shaanti, I want to bring that question. If AI can do all this for you, what are you going to do with that remaining time? Are you going to invite wellness, space, curiosity, just live a whole life? I think that is something that is really valuable. And if moms start thinking about that, I think it's going to be a huge game changer
Oh,
for us.
I love that you said that because that is it. It's like we're very conditioned. The moms are like, how can I find more time to do more things? Not how can I find more time to do what matters the most. One of the things we added this year into our planning practice is joy. What's 15 minutes of joy that you're going to just put into your schedule? And they're all sitting there staring at me like, I don't know. And this is hard for me too. So I tell them, like, this is hard for me as well, but that's the goal. The goal isn't, I'm going to be able to just do more and keep roboting myself. It's how can I take care of myself with this time I'm given?
You said something very, very beautiful, Kara. 15 minutes. It's not a lot. And that's when I went into holistic side of wellness. I realized it was another task list. If you haven't taken the cold plunge, if you haven't eaten homemade food, if you haven't done your yoga class, if you haven't journaled, you are not doing it right. I was like, wow. So we just added hustle to our self-care routine
Yes.
and wellness. That's what we did. No, so the idea for Shanti was also Shanti means peace in Sanskrit. It was not how do you bring weight loss or how do you bring more protein to your diet or how do you go ahead increase it. It was can you bring 5 minutes of peace daily to your life? And that is enough.
You have to have that aha where you keep trying to fit that pre-kid life into kid life. And then eventually, for a lot of us, it'll click and you're like, okay, I have to do something different. But for some of us, it doesn't. And then we live in
Yeah.
resentment, we live in frustration. And then we're like, I'm just failing. And then for some of us, we're like, well, I can never do anything. And then we go to these two extremes. And what I love about everything you're talking about, it's like, how can you find what your middle ground is for you right now at this moment because I've been talking to a lot of moms in my program and I tell moms that like don't try to do what I'm doing. You can't go find a Pinterest chart, print it off, and it's going to solve your problems because that's not your life.
Yeah.
But that's what we've been conditioned to do. So, okay, I love this so much. Tell me more about how we can use AI to like really personalize that.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first step is uh, understanding your unique body and understanding the season of your life. So most of us, we go ahead and drink a green smoothie because we've seen an influencer do it. But is it going to be okay for your body? And at what time of the day? It
Mm.
is going to be giving different results. So the first thing is diagnosis, curiosity, understand. Your body is a very well-oiled machine. It has inner pharmacy, but it needs the right sort of conditioning to be able to function. So on Shaanti, the first aspect is taking a two-part quiz. One is, what is your natural constituency? And then over a period of time, we shift due to stresses in our life, seasons of our life. And that's when we start seeing that we are not healthy. So the idea is to understand your season of life. And once you have that profile, we have an AI platform that helps you take every wellness decision based on your body type. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you go online and you go ahead and order food or groceries online. This platform is going to tell you, hey, for this season where you are, maybe add more squashes to your grocery and less garlic. Let's say you're going and shopping for a pair of shoes. Hey, you should buy shoes that help you with stretching instead of running because you're not taking a wellness decision because an influencer told you or there was a good deal. You're taking it because your body needs it.
Wow.
You go to a fitness class, take a picture and ask it, hey, Shaanti, tell me, is this okay? What class should I take out of this menu? It's going to tell you which wellness class or gym class is best for you based on your body type. So now you're empowered to take the right decision for you. And every person can take the personalized wellness approach and bring Shanti to their life.
I love that because I've learned as I've gotten older and I've like taken more of my health stuff that I've been dealing with like under my wing, like researching and learning and realizing so many things that I see that I'm like, I would love that, but it's not for me. And I think that we have to be okay with that. I think like before we get to like, okay, I'm gonna follow, because here's what I hear too, and I know my mom's listening. They're very prescriptive. Tell me what to do, and I will do it. But what I hear you saying is it's not just the app's going to say, this is going to change and solve your life. It's, I'm now empowered. I love that you use that word, like to make decisions based on what I know that I need and also what I like. So the app can tell you to do something. If you're like, I don't like to eat that, it's like, you can, I'm wondering, like, can you customize that and be like, oh, that doesn't work for me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I've been using the platform saying, hey, I just have back-to-back meetings and I won't have time to cook food and I want to be with my baby. I want to go ahead and know what can I do today to invite some sort of wellness
Mm.
in my life. And it'll give me multiple options. You can do this, you can do this. The other thing is wellness apparently has become the most expensive thing out there.
Yeah.
Like it's so expensive to get a massage. It's so expensive to buy the next tool. All of that. These are big decisions
Yeah.
for hundreds, multi-hundred-dollar decisions. At Shanti, we're trying to figure out how you can bring wellness and peace where you are
Mm.
without any investment, with the least amount of money, so that that stress of, oh, I need to spend more
Yeah.
also goes away. So we're also going ahead and basically, like I keep researching different products, and we have editor picks products where I say, okay, if you want to buy, this should be your shopping list based on your body type and use it this way. And I've been doing this now for 5 years. Cara, if I tell you, my delivery was very traumatic. My baby was very big and it was a natural delivery, and I had a big tear, lost a lot of blood, and um, like I had blood transfusions and my uh, hemoglobin wouldn't go up. And my mom and I had planned a whole 3-month routine around Ayurveda and Shanti. And we implemented that, and my hemoglobin went up based on that, based on the diet and the wellness that she gave me for 3 months after having the baby. And my doctors were shocked.
Yeah.
Like, how did it shoot up so fast? It's insane. But the way I understand now my body, I don't think anybody else can understand. It has become so personalized. We have so much going on. We just need a moment of peace and joy.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question then, because something when you said like, hey, you went back to your doctor with things. This is another thing I hear with the AI just in general of like this is gonna take everybody's jobs and do all these things. Like you still consult with your doctor on things, right? This is a tool that you use. And I think that some people might be like, well, there's two things I'm curious about. One is like how you incorporate that with any other practitioner you see. So I've been doing this whole hormone journey thing these past couple months
Yeah,
for myself. I'm in
yeah,
perimenopause and we're learning, and thankfully I just got a really great doctor and we like did some labs and I feel good about
yeah,
it. And I'm thinking about this type of a tool and she's great. I can see myself being like, this is what I'm going through. And then I get my labs from her and like, hey, I bring this to my doctor, like partner together. So I'd love to talk.
yeah.
Let's just park there for a second and then I'll ask my second question about how this can incorporate with the other, like my therapist and like all these other people that I go see for my own wellness. How can it support it?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's such a great question. So the platform is actually trained on scientific papers. So any holistic study out there that has been proven by science is what the platform is
Amazing.
integrated with. So it is science enabled and AI enabled. I don't think there is either or. We live in the most advanced stage of humans where we can bring ancient wisdom to scientific study and validation and then nourish our bodies. I don't think there is an either or. I need my doctor. Like I went through pelvic floor therapy. I'm a physical therapist and an Ayurveda practitioner. For me, science and holistic science moves together and there is no either or. And luckily, like you had your doctor, my doctors were very open because I think holistic science is more preventative
Yeah.
and science can help you with diagnosis, real data, and it can help you with treatment. So I think there is space for everything, and there needs to be more information where in your life cycle what needs to play a role. And this openness from both sides of the industry that we are incomplete without each other. We complete each other together, and that is the solution that we should give. It's not either or at all
Yeah,
in my
I
mind.
love that middle ground. And I keep going back to that word empowered you said, because I feel like a tool like this, I've done a lot of education like these past months, like I said, like trying to help myself. And I went into an old endocrinologist a couple years ago. I was having problems and it was not nice. Like it was not a good experience. She basically was like, you should just lose weight. And I think about a tool
Yeah,
like this where because I've been doing my own education, it's not comprehensive, like I'm listening to podcasts and
yeah,
reading books and stuff. I
yeah,
went to this last appointment a couple of weeks ago and I had a list and I felt prepared. And I'm just imagining having this additional tool that helps me know my body. Because the other
yeah,
thing I realize is for many of us, again, three kids, right? So like my body, postpartum anxiety, depression, all these things happening. I don't
yeah,
even know my body. And we don't take enough time to stop and ask ourselves, like, what does my body need? What does it feel like? Why am I feeling this way? And I love the fact that there's a tool you're created that is like, hey, how can I customize this so I can get to know myself again? Then go into my doctor's appointment empowered. This is what's worked for me. This
yeah,
is not what's worked for
yeah,
me. Do you
yeah.
see that with some of the other moms that are using it? Like it's giving them that confidence?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I recently was at this retreat with 80 women, and they all wanted to go ahead and do this assessment. And there was this clear issue coming up again and again with all their assessments. The idea was we're not feeling grounded enough. We're always anxious because we have to pick, drop, do 100 things out of our task list. And when they saw that in their assessment, it becomes real, Cara. Like, oh, I'm not going crazy. This is a real thing. And now that I have been able to watch it, I can take care of it.
Yes, 100%.
And that's what we're doing with our bodies. We look at our bodies thinking, how can I solve this problem that I have? Instead of saying, what is causing this problem?
Mm-hmm.
And let's go to the prevention of that because here's the thing. And this is where I really invite moms and any high functioning person to think about. Don't go ahead and numb your symptom. Go ahead and ask, why is that symptom happening? you can go ahead, take painkillers, and it's great. It's amazing that we have that science. But if it is recurring, there is an underlying cause. Go to your doctor. Don't ask this question, how do I solve this pain? Ask the question, why is this happening? What is not okay within my body? And they're going to go ahead, do a bunch of tests. But you know what a doctor is not going to do? They're not going to ask you, hey, is your kid falling sick a lot? Are you stressed because of that? Oh, is your partner working and you had to take on the load of parenting the past? They're not going to ask these questions. So this platform is going to figure that out and assess that part.
Mm.
Instead of what's wrong within my body, let's just figure out, let's just numb it with other bunch of things. The way we care for our babies, we don't see them as problems, right? If we just cared for our bodies like that, we're trying to nurture it, and that is enough. So yeah.
Ugh, I love that because we don't do it enough. We just think, how can I fix this? And I love a tool that's like not going to take over my own intuition, but guide it. Now, I'm curious because I'm sure that, I mean, this is the AI conversation around, hey, this is a health thing, my data, my personal life going into this. A lot of moms
Yeah.
that I've talked to, even on like using the basic chat GPT, or like, I don't want to put anything anywhere in there. I don't even like to put my email. They don't even want Facebook. Like, we're in this place where nobody trusts anything. I want to talk a little bit about and have that conversation about the privacy and the safety of using of what you guys have in store.
Yeah, so we have none of the data is being used for any marketing or even training our algorithm. The data lives on your dashboard. You own it completely. If you want to quit, we absolutely delete all of your data. So it is absolutely safe. And I'm telling you, this coming from a mom who has never posted about my baby, never talked about the gender, name, face, nothing online. So I am paranoid that way. My partner is paranoid. My partner doesn't even show up on social media because we work in tech. I know how
Oh.
evil it is.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even show up on tech. There's on my socials, there would be a rare picture that he would come. He has said no. Even his accounts, social media accounts are private, and he has an AI avatar. He doesn't want to put his face.
Mhm.
So that's how much we care about privacy, and that's the intention we build the product with as well. You have ownership of your data, and it's not being used for anything that we are building this platform for. It is based on Ayurveda and science, and that's it. We don't need your data. We are using scientific studies. So the data is coming from there.
I love that. And thank you for like your transparency on that because that's a question I get a lot with stuff that I'm trying to teach moms, on because they get scared and they get nervous and they don't want to do it. So, one, I think that's amazing because it's such an ethical way to build a company. So, like, excellent job there. And I think a lot of times, this is why I love having mom entrepreneurs on the show, though, because we see it through a different lens. You have a very different perspective than someone who isn't a parent because you think of the things that we're thinking. And I love that. So can we talk though, personally? I'd love to hear from you as a mom, like what is making you feel more aligned and joyful and peaceful for yourself?
Yeah, that's such a great question. And I think it can be such a big conversation in itself. But when I told you about getting pregnant and then having a traumatic delivery and all of those things, I realized that this is not the business that I could run pre-kid,
Yeah.
right? It's not going to happen that way. I cannot show up for this business all the time. And how do I make sure that this works for me? And this really works for my life. And the first thing I asked my team is, can I have my meetings only 2 days a week? That's
Mhm.
it. Like I don't, I'm go and that too within the 6 hour window. It's not 9 to 5, it's 9 to 3, and that's it. The rest of the time, I need to be with this human that I created very intentionally. It was my choice, and this is my responsibility right now. So that was the first question. And it was a very hard question because, oh, let's double our sales and work only 12 hours a week. That's a weird question, but we did it. Cara. And I think that's the question that I'm constantly asking even now. How do I spend 20% less time on this, but create 80% more? The amount of prioritization that hits your brain the moment you become a mom is wild. The amount of work that I'm doing now, I had never done it, but the amount of hours that I'm putting in is barely anything. productivity, efficiency, and that clarity of where I need to really focus, use that. As a mom, I think this is what our hormones give us. This is our superpower, and we need to go ahead and use that. So now I don't feel bad when I have to like multitask. Oh, let me order something for my baby here, and what, let me attend the meeting. Earlier, I would be at TIFF. No, my work life is separate.
Yeah.
So I've stopped thinking about balance. I'm thinking more about life synced success
Yeah.
instead of work-life balance. So that was the one thing. So working 2 days. We started with 3 days this week. It worked really this year, and it worked really well. Now we are on track moving to 2 days a week.
Love that.
And I am so excited for kicking that off from January. That was the first thing. Second thing was I asked every team member of mine, how can I create an AI intern for you? Tell me all the tasks that you're doing. And we've had these conversations. So the second half of this year was more about developing internal AI tools. And now each of my team member has 3 to 5 agents, AI agents that I have built personally that are working for them. That means we are able to actually work 3 times our workload without the extra hours. So that was something. And when for me, any technology is great. I think technology empowers women so much, so much. So for me, the question was, how can I keep bringing that out? But the last question that I asked myself is, and I don't know if this happens for everyone, post baby, my anxiety is of next level. I used to read 2 books a week before a baby, and now I can barely concentrate on a page. I'm retraining my brain to start getting bored. So once a week, I get childcare for 4 hours, 3 hours, whatever, and I will do a boring activity
I love that.
to slow my brain down. And this could be sitting in the sun and reading, or this could be going for a massage, or it could literally be walk around a mall and you're not going to buy anything. It's a zero spend day, but just walk around the shops. Look, no music, no podcast, nothing. Sit with your thoughts because it's racing. The brain is racing. So just giving it a moment. These are few things that have costed me nothing, that have increased my joy and truly given me results, even in my business and my personal life. So that's something that I do. And just having a partner and a tribe, I cannot discount that enough. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be here. I don't know how moms are doing it. And I really hope maybe someday in my business life, I have a solution where I create a tribe for moms and they don't have to do it alone. So that's something in the future, but that's what I'm doing right
All of
now.
it. Well,
Yeah.
I think the through line with all of that is using tools that are going to help you out, right? Like thinking about the different ways that you can get help with AI. I also love the being bored thing. So after my month of social media off, it was hard. I was like, I'm so bored. Like I just did not know what to do with myself. And I realized I was picking up, I took all the apps off, right? So then I would pick up my phone to scroll a shopping app or so I'd take those off. And then I started playing and I was like, I don't know how, like my dopamine hit is so high, and all of us are like, we need to get there. Like, we don't know how to be still. We don't know how to allow ourselves to sit with our thoughts. And to circle back to like the original question is like, how are you feeling? We don't know because we don't let ourselves sit and feel anything. And that's been like one of my big lessons with getting off my phone more this month is like actually sitting with that. So I love that. And I think all of that also ties into the boundaries piece that you've kind of created for yourself. Like giving yourself boredom time is a boundary you're setting, right? Saying I'm only working X amount of hours, boundary. I take Thursdays off. Other choose my own adventure. If I want to work, I work. If I want to read, I read. If I want to go volunteer, I volunteer. I can
Yeah.
run errands. Like I do. I have that was something we started last year and we kept it all this year that I said I don't want to work on Thursdays. If you need anything for me for Friday, you got to ask by Wednesday. And a lot of times I work because I like my job and I want to get stuff done, but it's like I don't feel guilty doing it. And that was because I had to tune into my own wellness. I had to ask myself that question we started with of like what's happening because I was hitting burnout. I felt like I had no choice. Right?
Yeah.
I felt like I had no freedom. And that was what it
Exactly.
was.
I love that you bring that up because I think that's what women and moms get wrong about boundaries. It's not that, oh, now I don't have to do it. If you can go ahead and work and it gives you joy, it's not going beyond your bound. You're choosing. The word is choice. Boundary is that gives you freedom, not disconnection. Because guess what that guilt is going to do? It's going to add to your stress hormone. Your cortisol is going to increase, and you're still going to feel bad about it. I'm so glad that you bring that up because this is so essential. So if you want to work on Thursday, you do, because now you know it's a choice. I don't have to show up. Nobody's asking me to do this, but I get to do this.
I feel like for a lot of us moms, we become mom and we go into the martyr and we don't know how to like reclaim ourselves. It's like a lot of what I see myself doing with my clients is helping them. Not everybody fits into this, but I've done a lot of research on my mom that comes and hangs out with me in my programs, right? And I have a mom that has like younger kids, like 4 and under. And she's realizing I lost myself along the way. I need to find myself. And then I have
Yeah.
a lot of moms who are empty nesters and grandmas. And I was like,
Yeah.
what is this? Like, what is the connection? And after researching and thinking it through, it's because they did lose themselves and they're trying to
Mhm.
figure out how to reclaim that. And so they both want that same thing from what I offer in my program is like, how do I find me again? And I think we give so much of ourselves up without asking ourselves, how am I? What do I want? And what do I want that to look like? And it can look different for every person. It can look different every day based on how I'm feeling. And many of my friends in real life, like if I'll, how are you? It's like, I don't even know. So I love this conversation. I told you we were going to go in like 100 directions. I feel like I could talk to you about so many things, but I love this because I think it all ties back into giving yourself time and space and tools to learn how to connect with yourself again. And when you can start to do that, I feel like the rest of it starts to trickle together.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that is why I feel AI is going to create that space for moms. And this is the moment where moms can ask, can AI do this? I really want to be with my baby, and I don't want to be thinking about laundry all the time. I don't want to be thinking about scheduling vaccination appointments, doctor appointments, this, that, how. And somebody was like, yeah, just hire a house manager. I was like, but a house manager still needs to be managed by me. And my husband and I, we started looking for what are the other tools. And there's an AI tool created by a mom that solves for all of this. And we've just started using it. It's been a couple weeks, but it has taken so much off my plate
Yeah.
that I was constantly thinking about. It has told me, hey, this person's birthday is coming up. Do you want me to go ahead, send you a few options of the gifts that you can send to their
Oh, yeah.
party?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that
imagine
mental
the
load.
right? So things like, hey, the weekend's coming up. I've figured out 3 options around you that you can take your kid to. And this was so good because now I don't have to find things to do over the weekend. And it used to take so long for my husband and I to figure it out. So I think just diagnose. Over the next month, I'm going to invite moms to think about what are the things that are not giving me joy? Is it feasible to offload this and invite technology to take this on while I spend time doing things that I love? And the answer might be no, but the answer could also be maybe and yes.
Mm,
So let's figure it out and start implementing those solutions within our lives.
yeah. Oh, Arjita, this was so fun. Tell everybody we're gonna listen. Show notes are at purposedrivenmom.com/podcast 494. So we'll link all this up, but please tell us how we can connect with you. We can check out the app, all those things.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I am Arjita Sethi. You can connect with me on Instagram, on TikTok, or LinkedIn. I also have a Substack where I write about life sync success and all about how you can figure out the rhythm based on your specific body type and work around that. Um, you can access Shaanti on findshanti.com. Oh, and the first step is not access to the platform. The first step is let's figure your body type out. It's
Mm.
going to educate you where you are right now with the season of your life and what are your natural tendencies. It's going to inform you and give you a recommendation plan. And then you get access to the platform, which is 24/7 personalized to you. And you can talk to it, type in words, whatever you feel like, and take all your wellness decisions from your own body's wisdom, your own body's type.
I love it. I can't wait to check it out myself. And again, this episode is coming out in January. So for those of you who had health, wellness, self-care, I mean, you name it, any of those things on your resolution list, this is a really great tool. Arjita, thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much, Cara, for having me. I truly enjoyed this conversation. I mean, we can keep going on. There's so many.
Right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yes.